Hello, vinyl community. Bradley here. I just want to share a couple classic Blue Note jazz albums with you today. The first one is Ready for Freddie. This is Freddie Hubbard. Now, this was recorded in 1961 and released in April of 1962. This is the fourth album that Freddie made for Blue Note. He went on to make 8 albums for Blue Note and appeared on a couple dozen other Blue Note records as a sideman, of which many of those went on to become classics also. So anyhow, on Ready for Freddie, the musicians are, of course, Freddie Hubbard on trumpet. We have Bernard McKinney on euphonium, which I will get back to that in a moment. Wayne Shorter on tenor sax. McCoy Tyner on piano, Art Davis on bass, and Elvin Jones on drums. I mentioned Bernard McKinney on euphonium. Euphonium has a sound very similar to a trombone, except without the slide. It has no slide. It's kind of an unusual looking horn. It's more in the bass register. So this is a six-piece band. And I really love having that third horn, either trombone or euphonium, in the mix. Rudy Van Gelder, of course, was the engineer. Little brief history, very brief, about Freddie Hubbard. He was born and raised in Indianapolis. In 1958, he moved to New York City, where he started playing with people like Philly Joe Jones, Sonny Rollins, and Eric Dolphy, among many others. And like I said, this was recorded in late 1961. And he had just joined the Jazz Messengers, Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, replacing Lee Morgan on trumpet. Now, he would stay with the Jazz Messengers from 61 until 1966, although he would make his own albums also. And then in the 1970s, he left Blue Note and went to the CTI label, where he recorded many popular jazz albums, like Red Clay, I think Inner Light, and several others. His style covered many subgenres, and he did each one of them very well. Hard bop, did a little experimental, went to maybe what you'd call soul jazz. So the songs on this album, the first song on the first side is called Arietis. Fantastic opening, fantastic song. This is really good. It's got a nice euphonium solo by Bernard McKinney. McCoy Tyner. Boy, he sounds really, really good on this album. Excellent song. The second song was not written by Freddie. It is called Weaver of Dreams. More of a ballad, a very nice ballad. But about halfway through the song, it picks up tempo, and super song. Now the third song on the first side is called Marie Antoinette. Now this was written by Wayne Shorter. Excellent hard bop song. Now this whole album, this band is really together. They're cooking, and especially on this Marie Antoinette, boy, they're firing on all cylinders. So it sounds really good. Flip the record over on the B side. It starts out with a song called Bird-Like, written by Freddie. Bird-Like, Charlie Parker. It's very bird-like. Kind of that fast bebop-ish sound. Excellent song. Now the album ends with a song called Crisis, written by Freddie. Like I said, Freddie had just joined the Jazz Messengers, and I believe the Jazz Messengers did this song first on their Mosaic album, which was written by Freddie, and Freddie performs on there. Now, this was re-recorded just a few months later by this group of musicians. Same song. It sounds pretty similar, but they're you've got different drummers. Elvin Jones versus Art Blakey. So you got a little difference there. Now on the liner notes, it says that Freddie wrote this song. It's called Crisis. He said he wrote that because in the early 60s, you had the nuclear confrontation between the USSR and the United States. You never knew when the world would end. So that's what this song is about, or the title. He gave it that title. So this album, Ready for Freddie, it's almost always given 5 stars by any jazz critics, and although I am not a critic, I would give it 5 stars. I would give the cover 5 stars because it's a beautiful blue hue cover, which I absolutely like. So pick that up. I would highly recommend. The second album is also on Blue Note. It is John Coltrane, Blue Train. Another beautiful album cover on Blue Note. Of course, it was engineered by Rudy Van Gelder. Now, this was recorded in September of 1957 and released in 1958. This is the only Blue Note album that has John Coltrane as the leader. So it's kind of rare in that aspect. I do notice on the back of the album, it says, John Coltrane performs by courtesy of Prestige Records, and Kenny Drew by courtesy of Riverside Records. So it seems kind of strange if he was signed to Prestige Records that he could put an album out under his own name on Blue Note. It just seems a little odd, although all these other musicians were Blue Note musicians. They all performed on Blue Note. So that's kind of a little different. This is a 6-piece band, as likewise that Freddie Hubbard. You have Lee Morgan on trumpet, Curtis Fuller on trombone, Coltrane on tenor sax, Kenny Drew on piano, Paul Chambers on bass, and Philly Joe Jones on drums in the rhythm section. Now this, like I said, Morgan and Curtis Fuller appear on here. This is 1957, and they were young. They were newcomers. Lee Morgan went on in short time to become a member of Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, as did Curtis Fuller. So Morgan stayed until 1961, when he was replaced. He left and was replaced by Freddie Hubbard in the Jazz Messengers. So I'll just briefly go through some of these songs on here. It opens up with the title song on side one with Blue Train. The opening of this song is, I love it. Just, Coltrane is he was a really good composer. Very good composer. The opening just grabs you. It's a long song. It's close to 9 or 10 minutes. And of course they go on with the other solos, which are fantastic. Lee Morgan, trumpet. Curtis Fuller has a great trombone. Kenny Drew, piano, just super. Okay, let's go to the second song called Moment's Notice. Now this has gone on to become a jazz standard, classic. And it almost seems like you might have heard this song before, even if you hadn't. I guess because it opens up, it's really catchy melody. And that's what makes, jazz songs classics, I guess, is they kind of stick in your head. So, and then they have your instrumentals. Okay, let's go to side B. It opens with Locomotion. Another quality song, hard bop song. Of the 5 songs on this record, that's probably my least favorite, but that's only because the other 4 are so good. So, excellent song. Then the second song is the only song that Coltrane did not write on this. It's called I'm Old Fashioned. I'm not sure if it was Johnny Mercer. I don't know who wrote that. But it's a ballad. Very nice. Great Curtis Fuller solo. Coltrane was good at everything. He was the ballads, he was fantastic. He was just all around good composer. And then it ends, third song on the last side is called Lazy Bird. And you listen to this maybe for the first time, and you'll think, boy, that sounds familiar. Well, it's just because it's a really good song, a very good composition. Sticks in your head. Anyhow, I think that's it for these 2 albums. If you're just getting into jazz, if you're not sure what hard bop is, pick up either one of these 2 albums, Blue Train or Ready for Freddie. They're hard bop. They're 2 of the best of hard bop albums. Just top shelf albums. They're classics. I would rate that. Of course, you would rate it as 5. Album cover, another 5. Just a really good package. And it's a little rare, you know, it's on Blue Note, with Coltrane on Blue Note. So that's a little different. And on this album, you can almost feel that Coltrane is really getting a lot of confidence. He plays with a lot of confidence on this album. And from there, he made scads of really good albums. So anyhow, that's it for my little jazz review for today. I appreciate everybody watching and commenting. You know, it's nice. So that's it for today. I'll catch you later. See ya.